We've got our tag cycling 30 for 30 workout. We are going to start out riding at about 60% output. That's our 6 out of 10 perceived effort, aerobic zone. We're going to start out with a nice lively leg speed of 100 RPM. And about every 90 seconds, we're going to decrease the leg speed, dropping down to 90, 80, 70, and then 60 RPM. When we make those changes to slow the legs down, we're going to add back a bit of resistance so that we maintain 60% output at each different leg speed. So here we go. Let's get locked into 100 RPM. Legs moving nice and lively. Output 60%. 6 out of 10. Here we go. Hopefully you've had a few minutes to be on the bike riding, so this 100 RPM doesn't seem like too much of a shock. It is pretty lively though. We'll just be here for another minute before we start to slow it down a bit. Just want to keep the shoulders nice and stable here. Engage our core. Sets up a nice platform for the legs to drive off of. It helps us maintain a nice relaxed upper body. Someone just give me a wave here on Zoom to make sure you guys can hear me as well. Yeah, perfect. Lots of waves. Thank you. In 20 seconds, we'll slow the leg speed down to 90 RPM. And we're gonna have to add a gear or two to maintain the same output at 60%. Slow the legs down in 3, 2, 1. Find that 90 RPM. Adjust the gear. Still on 60%. There we go. If you've looked ahead to the workout, we're doing some lower cadence work. Just want to gradually ease the legs into that slower motion while maintaining a decent output. Cadence looks good here on the Zoom. Right on that 90 RPM. If you don't have cadence on your bike at home, just watch my knees. Match the speed. Another 30 seconds here before we make our change down to 80 RPM. This is usually our home base cadence of 90. Should be pretty comfortable right now. Okay, ready for the change. Slowing it down, find 80 RPM. Once you've got your cadence locked in, adjust the gear. So we're still on 60%. Minute and a half, right here. Let's go. Keep those hands relaxed on the handlebar, slight bend in the elbows. Shoulders low. That's it, nice job. Cadence looks good. Another 30 seconds here. Then we'll drop down to 70 RPM. Steady circles here with the feet. Okay, here we go, slowing it down again. Looking for 70 RPM. Once you've found the new cadence, adjust the resistance. 60%. This is where it starts to get a little bit more uncomfortable. We don't do a lot of riding at these lower cadences, and we're just getting used to them here in the warm-up. Again, thinking about keeping our core engaged, shoulders stable, head in one place. Feeling those feet scrape through the bottom of the pedal stroke now. Then we drive the knees up. We want to be able to produce power through the back half of the pedal stroke as we're lifting those pedals up from the floor, back over the top each time. No breaks for the legs. That's it, doing a good job here. Got one more change coming up. We'll be dropping down to 60 RPM. Slower again. Okay, getting ready for the change in 10 seconds. We're coming down to 60 RPM. Here we go, slow the feet down. Find that new cadence once again. Adjust your resistance. We'll be here for just over a minute. Then we'll take a little breather. Think about that push-pull. Generating watts all the way around the pedal stroke now. Strong circles with the feet. There we go. You want to get comfortable here. See where we'll be when we start the workout. Another 30 seconds. That's it, keep the upper body relaxed. Let those legs work. 10 more seconds now. 3, 2, 1, and easy. Nice and light here. Just ride it out for about a minute and a half. I'll briefly run through our workout. For the Zoomers, it's in the chat. For everyone else, it's here on the board beside me. Okay, so the setup is as follows. 3 minutes, working pretty hard at 80%, 8 out of 10, at 60 to 70 RPM. Then we get a minute easy. We'll keep it lively, around 90 to 100 RPM. Flush those legs out a touch. Then we're back on for 3 minutes at 85% output. Same cadence, 60 to 70. 1 minute easy. And our final 3 minutes, we'll be at 85%. Plus, plus, plus. We want to be about 5 to 15 watts over our 85% for that section. And again, the cadence will be at 60 to 70 RPM. So legs moving pretty slow. Working on that big, strong legs to hit our target outputs. Then we'll take a little 3 minutes easy. We'll do some shorter intervals, which I'll talk about when we get done the first set of work. And we are going to get ready to go in about 20 seconds here. To start to slow those legs down, we want to be 60 to 70 RPM. And we're going to dial up our resistance, adding those gears to get locked in at 80% output. Here we go. 3 minutes starting in 3, 2, 1. We're on. Find your cadence. Check the power. Settle into your pace now. We want to try and stay seated as much as possible. And of course, if you start to get bogged down and the cadence drops too low, stand up, liven it up, and settle back into seated position. Steady work here, climbing that hill, building those strong legs. That's it, feel the legs bite into that resistance. It's tough to hit those higher outputs at these lower cadences. Right into the second minute though. Find a good pattern with your breathing. Remember, you get that minute break in between these 3-minute sections of work. That's it, looking good here on the Zoom. Nicely done. Keep it going now. Halfway through this first climb. There we are. Wiggle those fingers, keep the hands relaxed on the bar. Here we go, just working away at it. Staying strong here for another minute. Then we get our break. Stay with me now. If you don't have cadence at home, again, I'm on about 68, 70 RPM here. Follow my knees. Keep working now. 30 seconds till we get our break. $15, almost there. And here we go, 1 minute easy in 3, 2, 1, lighten it up. Keep those legs a bit livelier, 90 RPM or higher. Feel those legs recover just a little bit. Turning over nice and free here. Getting ready for our next 3-minute chunk of work. The next time, we're working a bit harder, 85%. The power, the output's going to be a bit higher. Cadence will be the same though. That's it. Lively on the pedals for another 20 seconds. Ten seconds to the change now. We can start to slow the legs down. Coming back to that 60 to 70 RPM. And we'll bump up the power. 85%, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back on the climb. There we go, right back into it. Steady squeeze. Remember, keep those shoulders relaxed, chest open so we can breathe. Keep thinking about that. There we are, everyone's gotten settled back into that strength hill rhythm, climbing away. It's nice to see, keep it up. There we are now, second minute. Well done. Keep those legs pumping out those big watts. Make sure we're holding our pace now. Halfway through, get to that next break. That's it, doing it together. Stay with me here. Pushing and pulling, good connection between the feet and the pedals. Under a minute now. Stay with your pace. Get to that minute break. Just over 30 seconds now. Strong to that change, come on. $15 seconds left. Strong to the end. 3, 2, 1. Easy. Liven the legs up. We're here for a minute. Couple deep breaths. One more 3-minute chunk of work coming up. Then we'll be done with this low cadence work. Once you've caught your breath, grab a quick sip of water. Ready to go again. $20 more seconds here. This next one will be at 85%. Plus, so we're looking for an extra 5 to 15 watts from the last one. Slowing the legs down. Find that 60 to 70 RPM. Building up the resistance. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Steepest of the 3 climbs. That's it. Get those legs biting into the resistance. In that big gear. Keeping it smooth and powerful now. There we are. Should be on your pace here. First 2 looked really solid. Keep that going here in the third. A little bit more demanding with that higher output. So far, so good. Stay with your group. Middle minute now. Keep the work on. That's it, team. Into the second half here. Get to that rest. Got a bigger 2-minute rest coming up. Let's see the effort now. Check those numbers, make sure you're on pace. One minute to go. That's it, keep the work in the legs. Breathing, hands relaxed on the bar. Keep driving the knees up, pulling the pedal from the floor. through the back half of the pedal stroke. "30 seconds. We're close, keep it going. Last 10 now, come on. Strong to the end. 3, 2, 1, easy. Dial it back, nice and light here. 2 minutes off. We're moving on to something new now. Give you a minute here to catch your breath. Then I'll explain what's coming up. Well done with that low cadence work though. That riding can be pretty tough, especially if you're not used to it. Okay, about a minute and a half here until we're back on. Moving on to some quicker changes. We'll be riding 20 seconds at 85% output at 100 RPM. It's a nice quick leg speed. Then we're going to be shifting for 40 seconds at 75% approximately. A little bit less is okay as well. We'll be doing that at 90 RPM. So when we take off, we'll find the 100 RPM, 85%. After 20 seconds, I'll tell us to slow the legs down to 90. That change in cadence should bring the power down just about the right amount. If not, adjust a little bit. We're there for 40 seconds, and then when I call us to go back to 85%, we'll accelerate up to 100 RPM, and that should get our change in power. So we're alternating between 100 RPM and 90 RPM, and that'll give us that change in power for the most part. Of course, you can adjust the gear a little bit if you need to. When I did this earlier this morning, making the change of the cadence had me in about the right spot. We're going to go in 15 seconds here. So liven the legs back up to 100 RPM. And we'll get dialed into 85% output. And we're taking off in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice and quick, 100 RPM. Looking for those big watts. Ten more seconds. We need to stay strong with this shift. Slow the legs down to 90 RPM. Should have us at about 75% output. We're here for 40 seconds now. We're doing 5 of these. Take us 5 minutes. We're already most of the way through the first one. Getting ready to accelerate back up to 100 RPM. Change coming in 3, 2, 1. Lively legs. There we go. Good acceleration. Get ready to shift back down to 90 RPM in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. That's a tough change I find, coming back down to 90. It's tougher than it seems like it should be. Stay on it though. Ten seconds till we accelerate again. We'll step it up to 100 RPM once again. Should have us at our 85% output. 3, 2, 1. Quick feet, come on. Yeah, nice change. Stay with it now. Keep it lively. Here we go, dropping back down to 90 RPM. Shift. Pushing right through the minute now. Into the second half here. Looking strong. Keep that up. We're almost done. Here we go. 10 seconds till we accelerate again. 2 more of these rounds to go. 3, 2, 100 RPM. Up, up. Keeping the legs now. Good acceleration. Five seconds till the change. And back on to 90 right here. This is where we gotta stay strong. 70-75% output, 90 RPM. 90 seconds to go. Stay with your group. That's it. Last acceleration coming up in 10 seconds. We got about a minute to go. Pick up that leg speed to 100. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's it. Good change. Get ready for our final shift down to 90 RPM. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stomp on it. 30 seconds left. 90 RPM. We got this. Come on. No fade. 20 to go. Last 10 seconds now. Almost there. Three, 2, 1. Easy. Whew. Okay, nice job of that. We're gonna ride it out for 2 or 3 minutes here. Easy gear, 4 or 5 out of 10, perceived effort. And we'll just keep it lively. There we go. Catch your breath. Just here for a minute or two. Couple deep breaths here as we ride it out. Keeping the feet smooth on those pedals. Lively legs. Just helping to flesh the legs out a little bit. Pretty steamy ending to our workout. Just want to keep that blood flowing. Flush out some of that lactate. 1 more minute here. Then we can slow it down. Really good session this morning. Got our Saturday workout in. I'm guessing we're about 2 weeks through our 30 for 30 challenge. So that's great. Hopefully everyone's sticking with it. Today's daily draw is the dumbbell cycles tune-up. Great prize there. Spring coming up. Get our bike all dialed in. So when we hit the road, our bike is riding as well as we will be. 10 more seconds. Okay, you can slow the legs down. Back it right off, nice and easy. And I would recommend taking a few minutes just to ride it out on your own. Finish off with a few stretches. Whatever you need to cool down. Thanks for joining in this Saturday morning. Great workout. Nice to see everyone. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dan.